Hey, and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I say welcome back. It's been a while since I've driven in this game, but there was a new map released this last week and a new update a few days before. So we're currently running version 1.485 or 0.5, and yeah, let's do some running. Well, running is perhaps not quite what I mean. Let's do some driving. As you can hear, I am still slightly sick. I'm certainly on the mend, but I'm not 100% yet. That's fair to say. But I'm certainly well enough to be functional. What are we doing today? Well, we are moving we're doing some heavy hauling. And we're using my Mercedes Benz Actros, which I've configured sort of as a heavy hauler, and I'll explain sort of. So we have a 6x2 configuration here with a mid-lift. So I've got the mid-lift axle currently raised. Let's go ahead and drop the ride height to fit underneath this trailer. This is £105,000 worth of transformer. And I don't think I got it there. Let's try that again. Oh, no. Did I get it there? I don't think so. Okay, so I missed the fifth wheel. We'll try that again. So at £105,000 of transformer, and the truck I'm using has the Mercedes OM 541 engine. That is a small bore or small to mid bore, 12 litre. It's a V6 as opposed to an inline 6. There we go.
Now go.
Got it. All right, let's get my parking brake on. Get the ride height back to where it should be. Let's connect the transformer. Like so, and let's drop my mid-axle. Okay. Alright, put it in gear. Off with the parking brake. Let's give it a tug test. Yep, it's definitely connected. Okay. So yeah, we're using the OM 541. It's a 11.9 litre V6, so it's an unusual configuration from that perspective. Usually truck engines are inline 6s if they're going to be a 6. So okay, that in itself is unusual. We're also using the lowest capacity engine here. This is only the 320 horsepower. In fact, you can actually see the power rating on the side there, 2532. So it's only 320 horsepower. That is not a lot of power, and even worse, its torque is kind of low too. It's just over 1200 foot-pounds. Yes, this is a heavy load. Now helping me today, well, as well as this mid-lift, which is also a steerable axle, I'm about to demonstrate, and this funky trailer that's also steerable axle too. So if I give it a full lock, we see it almost seems to slide around that corner. Am I turning left or right here? No, I should turn left. Okay. So that makes it an unusual truck to maneuver, especially if you've you spent a lot of time with the conventional trucks in the American Truck Simulator. These can be a bit of a challenge. So driving on the right side of the road, not necessarily the correct, but the right side. Okay, I'm going to jump back into the cabin here, I think. So the truck is fairly maneuverable for something that weighs so much, and the other thing is going to be really obvious once I get up to speed. It's actually kind of obvious now. I'm just maneuvering at slow speed. I'm using Mercedes 16-speed heavy haul transmission, and this is quite short geared. It's actually a 4.83 final drive, I believe, is standard. It's overdrive, but it's a 16-speed with a really short final drive. It's doing about 1500 revs when I'm cruising at 55 or 90 kilometers per hour, if I get to that speed. And that short gearing is going to help me make the most of what little output I've got from this little Mercedes Benz engine. See, I'm doing 20 kilometers per hour and I'm in 10th gear. Now, I know at least one person has recently got Euro Truck Simulator. Shout out to John. Saw it was in his wish list and accidentally bought it for him. But if you're used to American Truck Simulator, and heck, I came from what was Europe at the time, now it's no longer Europe, one may find driving these European trucks, these European cargoes, to be, well, kind of weird.
Turn left.
Got these farm workers here. That's cool. I suppose I should point out the map where we actually are. I think we're in is it Slovakia? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to check.
Turn right.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull to a halt here. Put a parking brake and let's take a look at the map. Right. That doesn't help me at all. It still doesn't really help me. Still doesn't help me that much. Budapest, so that's heading north. Is it Hungary? Budapest? That's Austria. Wow. Well, I came from all the way over here. But that's by the by. I'm a long way from home, however I consider home to be. So this run should be straightforward. A lot of toll roads and the passport control, those are a pain, especially with something long and heavy. It takes you a while to get to and from speed. This at least looks fairly clear. We're going to go around Budapest on the east side, and then is that a border crossing? Yes, it is, but this is in the EU area, so yeah, there's a lot of map that's unexplored for me. But I am looking forward to to getting stuck into Europe again. But, we'll see. Right. So yes, driving these trucks is a little strange if you're used to the American game. Speed limits are lower. You get a lot more hazards in terms of you've got to slow down for speed limits, constantly changing speed. Usually you've just gotten up to 80 kilometers per hour, and there's something else, the speed's in kilometers. Just gotten up to speed and you got to slow down again, and that just chucks diesel out the back. Typically engines can have more power but can also have less. The Actros, as modeled in the game, has between 320 horsepower, which is the version I'm running, and 598, and that's the OM 542. That's the Mercedes V8. I was contemplating using that for today's run, but decided no, let's make the most of this 16-speed transmission. There'll be a bit more to talk about as well. So other differences, well, we've already covered the fact that speed limits tend to be slower, and they're in kilometers per hour. That's 40 kilometers per hour, it's maybe 25 miles an hour. Use of retarders is very commonplace in Europe compared with America. It's quite unpopular in the States. It's quite popular in the Euro, well, I guess Eurozone. I say EU, but Eurozone. This is a toll, isn't it? Let's see. It's just the start of a toll road. Okay. Alright. You need your dipped headlights on at all times. And the trucks have manual switches for those. You have to turn them on yourself. As you see on the dashboard, mine are on. Here's the external view. They're definitely on. And because I'm cute, I've added on some extra lights because I seem to spend a lot of my time driving at night. There's nothing wrong with the stock headlights in any of these trucks, but hey, the Mercedes lets me add them, so I'm going to. This sign here we're just passing, this tells me that if visibility is 2 blobs worth, you'll see the blobs in a second. Oh, do I want to get fuel? 566 kilometers worth of range, 400. I probably should have got range, should have got fuel, but never mind. Yeah, so these blobs, we're just about to pass one. Just about now. If you can only see 2 of those, they recommend you do 60 kilometers per hour, which is what? 37 miles an hour, give or take. I believe the limit is 130 for trucks. No, for cars. Right now it's 90 kilometers for trucks. I guess I'm going to set my cruise. I will actually set it at 90, but I don't think I'm going to get there. Yeah, let's bring it back to a more realistic 80. And then the next sign, it showed 1 blob. If you can only see 1 blob worth of visibility, the recommended speed is 40 kilometers per hour or 25 miles an hour. And that's because you can't stop in the distance, or you need to be able to stop in the distance that you can see. I'm drifting all over the road yet again. Okay, let's try that. That's a bit better. So I'm in 15th, which is one down from top, and I'm doing nearly 60 kilometers per hour. And we're struggling up this hill. Paint scheme today is Raven. It's a DLC, and we've got a little Raven LED thing. I don't know quite what you call it. I guess a light that you it's on the windshield or windscreen on the front. It's this little Raven skull that you can see in front of, like, well, it looks like a camera. Yeah, you were in top gear at 65. Will I be driving at night today? Most probably. Will I be driving at night in this trip? Again, most probably. Whether you're still watching me at that point remains to be seen, because when it gets dark, there's not that much to see. Once you see my cool headlights, you've seen most of it. And there's a toll road in just 400 meters, so I've just gone up to speed and go ahead and cancel cruise, and I gotta stop again. Just use the engine brake. So it's a lot of time you spend getting up and down from cruising speeds. So I can use the right lane here. I can use all 3 lanes, it looks like. I'll go ahead and use the middle lane. I don't know what the toll is. Varies quite a bit. 22. There we go. I had to stop to pay that. So 22 euros right now is about $22, give or take, and has been for a while. And I don't know whether that's the strength of the dollar or where's this red car going? No. Chomp. I just gave it a lot of power and it downshifted, which wasn't really worth it. Right, well, get back up to speed, and I bet you will be stopping soon. And again, do I want to pull over and get some more fuel, some motion lotion? We have a fairly small tank in this Mercedes. Depends how easy it is to access them. This one looks very well. I'll go ahead and try it. You don't want to be in a position where it's going to be easy. I absolutely have to get fuel, and it's a difficult place to stop. And on the motorway or autobahn or whatever it's called, it's usually a lot easier than pulling off into a city or a village somewhere. Okay, get my lights off. Go ahead and pull up to the start. Yep. It won't take that much fuel either. What are we at? 3/8. What's it? Is it a 600 litre tank or 400 litres? I'm not sure. We'll find out. There's 200 litres in there. 250 litres. Wow. So it's only a 400 litre tank. That's about 100 gallons. Well, 100 US gallons. And 3.78 litres to a gallon. Is somebody actually honking me? Really? I don't think so, sunshine. Yeah, you know what? You honk me again, make my day. Okay, I'm not really helping anyone here. When did they get so impatient? I don't remember that being in the last Euro game, last time I played. Okay, so we stopped for fuel. I'm showing you all the highlights here of the new map, which is the West Balkans. This was an $18 DLC. It was the same price as Texas, but it covers a lot of area. I believe there are 30 cities in this this map. That is a lot of work for the GIS team at SCS. Can I use cruise yet? Yes, I can. Not quite. Yes, I can. There we go. The power of this 1,100 and something foot-pounds of torque just hauling me along. I'm about to pull over and get my passport checked, so I really need to tap resume. I'm going to kill cruise and we'll just coast up to the passport control. The speed limit is 30 through that area, and typically in Europe, if it's a truck, you've got to use the far right-hand lane. Yeah, limit drops to 30 just up here.
Keep right.
Yeah, I guess I do. Well, actually, this one's a little easier to negotiate. Sometimes it splits to 4 or 5 lanes, and you've got to be in the right-hand side. Okay, it's going to let me use cruise. Yes, it is. So we'll just umble through here. Okay, I see where I stop. And one of the things I very much notice is in ETS2, I've got an 800 kilometer trip to make, which is, you know, give or take 500 miles. You can do that in a day in ATS. You generally can't do that in a day in ETS. Average speeds are so much slower because of these constant stops and roundabouts and narrow lanes and all sorts. I'm making a right mess of this. Okay, it's border check. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Yep, good to go. Okay, thank you so much. Automated transmissions are generally the norm over here as well. It's becoming more of the norm in the US, but there are definitely manuals available in the EU, in the Eurozone, for trucks, but the vast majority are automated. And if I'm not mistaken, transmissions such as iShift and Scania's, is it OptiDrive, I think it's called, were pretty much started in Europe and were then imported into the US. Another passport control, and the weather is closing in. Okay. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping that we get some beautiful sunshine and can see the sights, but I also managed to speed.
Turn right.
Which seems impressive because it's a little underpowered. I didn't think I was quite up to the line. What's this guy doing? Seems a little dodgy. He seems a bit young. Okay. Where am I supposed to go now? It wants me to go to the right. Okay. I probably couldn't fit in that exit there. Oh, that's not even an exit. Okay. I could have gone over the curb. That's probably frowned upon. I guess we'll go... Will I go left here or straight down? I'll go down to the bottom, I think. That's probably easier. Turn left at this BHV. And another check. That's 3 checks. There aren't cars coming this way at least, which is good. It looks like it's going to rain. It's going to spoil my day. I wonder why there are 3 checks. Come on, there we go. Checking my documents. Tell me that that's for... Okay, is that for someone else? But yes, it is. Okay. There's another white or silver truck there, but we should be well clear by the time he comes through here. Get up to... It'd be nice to get up to speed again before we're going to slow down. And maybe cruise for a little bit at 80 kilometers per hour, which is 50 miles an hour. It would be nice. We'll see if it happens, though. The limit goes up to 60, which is not exactly quick. Okay, give a bit more power and we'll see if we can get it up to 60. And there goes my yawning. That's great. We're in Hungary now, so I've got an hour and 15 or hour and 16 till I need to stop. I got nearly 5 hours left in this trip, and it's only 327 kilometers, so that's 200 miles. I reckon it's going to take me 5 hours. So if you've ever wondered, about taking a vacation or a holiday, UK or Europe, and you think, travel time is the same as driving in the US, no, it's not. Skiepix. I'm going to attempt to pronounce what that sign said. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's a town. In fact, it might be. Somewhere to rest. And again, there might be, but I'm going to keep it going. I don't know what the fine is if you go over your prescribed number of hours to drive, but we might be about to find out. It looks like a big Lego Lego brick from the top. At least all my lights work. Steering doesn't seem to work so good, but there we go. Time for a little sip of something. Steers all over the road then. That's the rumble strip then. Okay. So, driving around in Europe is making me think, you know, I really haven't put any effort into designing any engine mods and torque curves and shift points for the European game, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The first one is I have over 5,000 hours in ATS at the time of recording this video. I think it's over 5,500 hours, and I have about 500 hours in the Europe game. I'm going to stop here actually. So every hour I've spent in Europe, I've spent 11 hours driving in ATS. So I've got a lot more experience and a lot more miles on them about. Okay, that's one. Two, ETS has been out for a lot longer. So there are many, many more mods available for it. There's a lot of engine mods out there. And it's not that I particularly want to become rich and famous through torque curves and engine mods. But if I'm going to devote quite a bit of time and energy into getting my torque curves spot on and accurate, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing that, but for 3 people to download and am I going to fit in this area? That might be a challenge. But then for just 3 or 4 people to download and enjoy those engine mods, and the requirement to keep the mod updated and occasionally answer criticism and feedback, and you know, people like to criticize. Hey, that's useful. They like to not understand what I'm trying to do with the engine mods, and that's kind of okay. I think I want to back it up just a little bit, just to help this man truck escape if he's going tonight. That will do. Am I in? Yep, I'm in the spot. I'm not straight. I'm in the spot. Let's go ahead and shut the lights down. Turn the engine off. Okay, jump back in here. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that. If you have an opinion, by all means let me know and stick it in the comments below. And lastly, let's take a look at this dashboard, because I mean, I don't want to say it's disappointing, but it's not the highest quality. This is probably an older model truck. And the graphics it's the same engine as the ATS game. But yeah, the truck interior is not as high quality as some of the newer trucks that we've seen, or even some of the mod trucks. Perfectly functional though, and actually reminds me of my little Mercedes Benz as well. Especially the dashboard, with the way that's set up, and indeed the steering wheel. Right, well that just about wraps up today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you have, leave me a comment below. I am not quite up to speed with my health. I'm getting there, but it's going to take me a while to recover, so it's going to dampen my enthusiasm for talking at length, amongst other things. But you know, drop me a comment down below. If you want to tell me you suck, that's fine. Little joke's on you, because more people see the videos if you comment about it. Have a great day, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.